This video is going to show how to quickly generate artwork film records in OrCAD X PCB Designer. Artwork films are generated towards the end of the PCB design process when the design is sent to the fabricator. Before PCB Designer 24.1, creating artwork films could be a tedious process as each film had to be defined manually. New in 24.1 is the ability to generate artwork film records by selecting the required layers in a single location. Start by opening the provided design in OrCAD X PCB Designer 24.1. To create artwork films, select Export Gerber from the menu. The Artwork Control Form window opens. The window shows a list of loaded films and properties for the selected film. Currently, the list only shows conductor films. First, we need to ensure the Gerber output type is set correctly. Select the General Parameters tab. Here you can configure parameters such as output type, output units, file name prefixes and suffixes, and more. Ensure Gerber RS274X is selected under device type. Now let's generate the non-conductor artwork films. Select Film Control to return to the Film Control subpanel. Select Config under Available Films to configure the films to be generated. The Artwork Configuration window opens to a default set of non-conductor films. Select Default Settings to configure the default film settings. Enter 0.127 for the undefined line width. We'll start with the silkscreen films. Scroll down to the section labeled Silkscreen. The silkscreen section has two subsections labeled SSTP and SSBT for top and bottom. Let's rename these so they're a bit more clear. Each subsection corresponds to an artwork film. The layers to be displayed are listed underneath the name. Both of these films need the design outline visible for reference. Select Board Geometry and Design Outline from the Class and Subclass drop-downs at the bottom of the list. Click the plus sign to add the layer. We need to add the outline layer to the solder mask and solder paste sections as well. Scroll down to the solder mask section. Rename the subsections to their full names for better readability. Select Board Geometry and Design Outline from the Class and Subclass drop-downs at the bottom of the list. Click the plus sign to add the layer. Scroll down to the Solder Paste section. Rename the subsections to their full names and select Board Geometry and Design Outline from the Class and Subclass drop-downs at the bottom of the list. Click the plus sign to add the layer. With the silkscreen, solder paste, and solder mask films defined, let's define the fabrication and assembly films. Under Fabrication Drill Views, select Manufacturing and Cross-Section Chart from the Class and Subclass drop-downs. Click the plus sign to add the layer. We'll rename the Assembly Drawing Views films to make them consistent with the others. In the Assembly Top film, add the Pin Top layer for the top pin view. In the Assembly Bottom film, add the Pin Bottom layer. To quickly recall these configuration settings in future designs, we can save a configuration file. To do this, open the Config File drop-down at the bottom of the window. Select Save. The file browser opens to save a JSON file. Enter Artwork Film Records for the name and click Save. The configuration file is saved in your working directory and can be used in a later board design. Click OK to close the Artwork Configuration window. Now let's actually generate the artwork films. When closing the configuration window, a prompt appears that the configuration is changed and the film records must be regenerated. Click Yes to generate the records. Select Generate Films in the Artwork Control Form window to regenerate the permanent films as required. The film list now shows all available films from the design. To view a film on the canvas, right-click the film and select Display for visibility. The canvas is automatically adjusted to show the film as defined in its configuration. For the assembly layer, the design outline, package assembly drawings, assembly reference designators, and top pins are shown. Before we export the artwork Gerber, we need to define the save location. With the Artwork Control Form window open, select Setup User Preferences from the menu. Select File Management Output Directory from the Categories sidebar. Enter .back/artwork into the Art field to define the artwork path. Click OK. Back in the Artwork Control Form window, we are ready to export the artwork Gerber. Click Select All to select all films for artwork generation. Click Create Artwork to start generating artwork. When generation is finished, a log file opens to show the apertures used and the location of each artwork file. View and close the report. Let's see what was generated. Open File Explorer and browse to the working directory. The artwork folder has been created. Double-click the folder to open it and see the generated files. Quickly create and export artwork films with the new artwork control form in OrCAD X PCB Designer 24.1. For more tutorials, visit us at resources.ema-eva.com and don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.